Are you feeling drained, overwhelmed, or like no matter how much effort you put into something, it never seems to make a difference? Does it feel like the people you've cared for, supported, and invested in don't do the same for you? Maybe you've had moments when you realized that some of the people around you are no longer prioritizing you, or worse, don't even seem to care at all. It can be heartbreaking and leave you questioning your worth, your relationships, or your place in the world. You're not alone in feeling this way. Many people, at some point in their lives, feel the sting of neglect or indifference from others. The reality is, as we grow older, some relationships naturally evolve, some people grow closer, while others drift away. And while that can sometimes be a positive thing, there are certain behaviors that can be signs that someone simply doesn't care about you anymore, even when you've been there for them through thick and thin. Today, we're going to explore these behaviors, but more importantly, we're going to talk about how you can recognize them, take control of your life, and find the strength to move forward. You don't have to remain stuck in relationships or situations where your worth is diminished. It's time to take charge of your life, rebuild your confidence, and surround yourself with people who truly value and care for you. This script will cover 11 behaviors that reveal when people have stopped caring about you. From there, we'll explore practical steps you can take to protect your emotional well-being and make choices that will empower you to rise above the negativity. I'll guide you through the process of letting go, setting boundaries, and taking action to move forward. Let's start by understanding the problem more deeply. What are these behaviors? And how can they affect you? Why does it matter to recognize them? At some point, we all find ourselves wondering, are we truly valued in our relationships? Whether personal or professional, it's easy to get lost in the routine of daily life and forget to check in with ourselves about how we're being treated by the people we care about. But when you start to notice subtle changes in their behavior toward you, changes that suggest a lack of interest, empathy, or respect, it's crucial to pay attention. The first sign that someone might not care about you anymore is a consistent lack of effort on their part. Relationships, whether romantic, familial, or friendships, thrive on mutual effort. If you find yourself doing all the heavy lifting, initiating conversations, making plans, and trying to connect while the other person remains distant or non-committal, it's a clear sign of neglect. People who care about you will make the effort to maintain the relationship, even if it means adjusting their schedule or reaching out when things get busy. If you've ever been the one to reach out repeatedly and never get the same response, it can leave you feeling abandoned and unimportant. You begin questioning whether they even notice the effort you put in. And that feeling of being unseen can be devastating. Another behavior that indicates indifference is when someone continuously dismisses or invalidates your feelings. When someone truly cares about you, they listen to what you say, even if they don't always agree. They make an effort to understand your point of view and are sensitive to your emotions. But if someone constantly brushes off your feelings, belittles you, or makes you feel like your emotions don't matter, it's a clear red flag. It's one thing for someone to have a bad day or be temporarily distracted, but if it becomes a pattern, it speaks volumes about how much they value you. You may also notice that someone no longer makes time for you. The most valuable commodity we have in life is time. When people start to pull away and no longer prioritize spending time with you, whether it's for a coffee, a quick chat, or even a text message, it's a sign that they might not be invested in the relationship. People who genuinely care about you will find ways to make time for you. Even if it's just a quick moment to check in or send a message of support. If that's no longer happening, it's time to ask yourself why. Feeling unimportant is also reflected when people start canceling plans with you regularly. Everyone has emergencies or things that come up. But if this becomes a pattern, it can be a sign that they no longer value your company or commitment. They might even offer vague excuses or, worse, simply stop offering explanations altogether. The effort to plan together should be mutual. And if you're the one constantly pushing for plans to be made, it might be a wake-up call that they no longer prioritize you. These behaviors, when left unchecked, can have serious consequences on your mental and emotional well-being. Over time, constantly feeling like you're the one who has to maintain relationships or being treated as if you don't matter can lead to feelings of isolation, self-doubt, and depression. The emotional toll of trying to hold on to relationships that no longer serve you can drain your energy, leaving you feeling stuck and disconnected. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay in that place. You don't have to let these behaviors define your worth. The first step is acknowledging what's happening and choosing to take control of the situation. Now that we've identified some of the key behaviors that show someone doesn't care about you, it's time to shift our focus to solutions. How can you take action to protect yourself, reclaim your power, and build stronger relationships? The truth is, the first step toward overcoming this situation is within you. You can't control how others behave, but you can control how you respond. A critical mindset shift is recognizing that you have the right to set boundaries. Setting boundaries doesn't mean pushing people away. It means protecting your emotional health by clearly defining what you're willing to tolerate in relationships. You have the right to expect respect, love, and effort in your interactions. If someone repeatedly fails to meet these standards, it's not a reflection of your worth, it's a reflection of their inability to show up for you. So, where do you begin? First, identify your personal boundaries. What do you need from your relationships to feel valued? Is it consistent communication, emotional support, time spent together? Once you know what you need, start communicating those boundaries clearly. Don't be afraid to speak up and say, "This behavior isn't okay with me. You deserve to be heard and respected." And setting boundaries is an essential step towards self-empowerment. The next step is learning to say no without guilt. Many people who struggle with relationship issues fear rejection or conflict, which leads them to constantly put others' needs before their own. This can be exhausting and unfulfilling. Saying no is an act of self-care. It's a way to honor your needs and protect your time and energy. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes. And over time, you'll feel more confident in your ability to advocate for yourself. Additionally, it's important to build and maintain a strong support system with people who genuinely care about you. If some relationships have turned toxic or one-sided, it's time to invest your energy in those who appreciate you and reciprocate your efforts. Surround yourself with those who inspire, uplift, and encourage you to be your best self. Your true support system will be there for you during difficult times and will celebrate your successes. These are the relationships that will nourish you and help you grow. You can also take steps to protect your emotional energy by limiting exposure to negativity. If someone consistently drains your energy or undermines your confidence, it's okay to take a step back. Give yourself permission to distance yourself from relationships that feel unhealthy. Even if they've been part of your life for a long time. Your well-being must come first. There will always be challenges when it comes to personal growth and setting boundaries. You may encounter doubts and fears. What if they get upset? What if I hurt someone? What if I'm wrong? These questions are natural, but they shouldn't hold you back. The key is to remember that you are worthy of love, respect, and effort. If someone truly cares about you, they will understand your need for boundaries and will respect your decisions. If they don't, that's not a reflection of your worth. It's an opportunity for you to free yourself from relationships that no longer serve you. Stay focused on your growth. Embrace each challenge as a learning opportunity. You may stumble along the way, and that's okay. The important thing is to keep moving forward. Progress isn't always linear, but every step you take is a step toward a healthier, more fulfilling life. Over time, as you continue to implement these strategies, you'll start to notice positive changes. You'll begin to feel more empowered, more confident, and more in control of your life and relationships. You'll attract people who align with your values and who genuinely appreciate you for who you are. Here's a detailed breakdown. Remember, this journey is yours to own. This statement serves as a reminder that your life is your own, and you are in control of the path you take. It emphasizes that the course of your life is determined by your decisions, actions, and mindset. Ownership here refers to taking responsibility for the choices you make, acknowledging that you have the power to shape your own experiences. You have the power to change the direction of your life and relationships. This part highlights personal agency and the transformative potential we all possess. It suggests that, regardless of where you are in life or the challenges you face, you have the capacity to alter the course of your journey. It also emphasizes that not only can you change the direction of your life, but also the dynamics of your relationships, whether they be with family, friends, romantic partners, or colleagues. You have the ability to redefine how you engage with others and how they impact your life. The first step may be the hardest, but it's the most important one. This phrase acknowledges that change can be difficult, particularly at the beginning of any transformation. The first step often feels the most daunting because it involves breaking away from old habits, comfort zones, or fears. However, this line underscores that the initial challenge is a critical part of the process. Taking that first step is what sets the journey in motion. It may be uncomfortable, but it is necessary for any meaningful change to occur. Keep pushing forward and know that you are worthy of love, respect, and the kind of relationships that nourish your soul. This part offers reassurance and validation. It encourages perseverance, telling you to continue moving forward despite obstacles or setbacks. The reminder that you are worthy of love, respect, and the kind of relationships that nourish your soul is a reaffirmation of your intrinsic value. It affirms that you deserve relationships, whether personal or professional, that uplift, support, and inspire you. It suggests that you are deserving of healthy, fulfilling connections that enrich your emotional and spiritual well-being. In summary, the text is a motivational message aimed at empowering individuals to take charge of their lives and relationships. It acknowledges the challenges involved in starting the journey of change, but emphasizes the importance of perseverance, self-worth, and the potential for positive transformation. It encourages a mindset of growth and self-respect while gently reminding the reader of their deservingness of happiness and fulfilling relationships. So, what's the next step for you? Start by committing to one small change today. Maybe it's having conversation with someone about how their behavior affects you. Or perhaps it's setting a boundary in a relationship that's been draining you. Whatever it is, take that step with confidence. You are in control. And as you move forward, know that you have the strength to build a life filled with the respect, love, and support that you truly deserve.